Today, our Blair Best spoke with a homeless couple who've spent decades on the streets. They strongly believe that if someone does not want to come in off the streets, they're not going to stay housed for long.
Some of us aren't forced to be out here. Some of us choose to be out here. This is the only life we really know.
What about this lifestyle is comfortable to you?
The freedom, honestly. Not really having to have any rules, really. You can't make somebody do something they're not going to want to do.
For those who are offered help and do not seek it, I have minimal patience and perhaps a lack of empathy. We're working hard to give people a hand up so they can help themselves to get off the street and reconnect with the rest of their lives. If they say, I don't want to do it, well, then we will enforce the rules.
Okay, Blair, we just heard the mayor there talk about enforcing rules against camping, but as we talked about last week, that's been held up in the courts.
Right. The city was sued over the daytime ban on camping, and they asked for a more detailed explanation as to why, which they never got. So they haven't been able to enforce this ban. And today, for the first time, the mayor spoke out about this in public. Here's what he had to say.
And I have a comment on that. So the first judge basically put a temporary, what's the word? Injunction. A temporary injunction on our time, place, and manner ordinance. And we believe, according to our attorneys, who are able individuals, that we are entitled to understand the constitutional reasoning behind that injunction. We did not receive it. And so we appealed to a higher court. And after all of that effort, they couldn't even string 2 sentences together to explain why the courts have declared this action unconstitutional. We don't believe it is. The courts at this point so far refuse to explain themselves. By the way, some of these individuals are elected judges, and they should be asked why they refuse to provide that guidance. Meanwhile, we're not going to give up. We have already drafted and will shortly introduce a new ordinance. It won't be as strong as the one that we wanted, but we believe it will pass constitutional muster, although small asterisks. They didn't really give us any guidance, so we don't really know.
All right, so the mayor sounds a little frustrated. Back to this new homeless response plan. It's an effort from the city and county joint office of homeless services, but we saw a similar plan back in 2015, Blair. What makes this one any different?
Right, that was brought up today, and the mayor said the main difference between this plan and the plan they had several years ago is that the city and county are prioritizing homelessness this time, something he said they weren't doing back in 2015, especially when it comes to funding.
Just to be very blunt, I believe that the parties did not fully believe everything that was in that 2015 plan. Demonstrably, when you look at the implementation of the homeless strategy, there was not a firm commitment to addressing unsheltered homelessness. It was in the plan, but it clearly wasn't a priority. If you look at the funding, if you look at the staffing, if you look at the strategies.
And here we are 9 years later. All right, thank you, Blair. Appreciate it.